If you think there's a chance in the next 2, 3, 5 years that we could face another world war or some type of prolonged, severe crisis, then you need to know the story of Fat Boris. This goes back to the Siege of Leningrad during World War II. The German army surrounded the Soviet city of Leningrad, cutting off all supply routes in an attempt to starve the population into surrender. Food supplies dwindled quickly and food rations were reduced to near starvation levels. We don't know how many people died, but it was at least 600,000, probably closer to 1 million. So what did people eat during this period? Their staple was heavily diluted bread mix, which was made of sawdust, cellulose, and flour. Yes, sawdust. Starch from wallpaper paste was even scraped off and boiled into jelly. Domestic pets and rodents were also eaten. In the most extreme cases, there were reports of cannibalism. Now this brings us back to Fat Boris. This is a story that I have not been able to independently verify. It's possible that it could be just that, a story, but it is still a story that holds a lesson. His name was Boris Novakovic, and he spent much of his life living in adverse conditions. For all intents and purposes, he was a prepper who was able to use his small pension to put away cheap and plentiful food years before the siege took place. He was mocked by many people who were accustomed to living in a city of plenty. When the siege hit, he was able to rely upon those food stores to feed not only himself, but his family and his friends. That's how he got the name Fat Boris, not because he was actually fat, but because he was not skeletal when everyone else was. So what can you do now so that you can be Fat Boris during a siege or any other type of prolonged crisis?